Um, I was checking the Project Red Discord, and people seemed to need help with drum mixing. So this is actually not a project from like this side account. It's just like a normal beat I made, and I'm gonna show you how to mix drums and make them sound decent. Well, first, we'll just start with the 808. Here, let me find the mix chain for this. Okay, one. So what I usually like to do is find a decent 808. For example, pretty sure this 808's in my kit. Um, without the preset, it sounds very dry. So if your 808 you like it, but it's kind of dry, first you need to cut out some of the mid tonals or the bass tonals and boost the sub. That will give it a more like thicker, crispier tone, right? And then depending on how thick it is after that, you could either boost or cut the highs. For this one, I cut the highs because it's like without it, it's pretty thick, so I just cut it down a little bit. And then without the other effects, it's like you can see how much it changes to the 808. And then to beef it up like seriously a lot, I added the fast distortion. Here's the settings. Pretty much just crank it up. Then I add a soft clipper to make it clip. And the 808's changing every 4 bars, I believe. And just like the actual like sound of the 808, just to give it, I don't know, more unique feeling. So what else do we have here? Hi-hats. Do I For hi-hats, really, unless you're going for a specific sound, you don't need to mix them. I mean, volumetrically you might have to, so like if it's too loud or too quiet, that's something you might have to do. For this, the hi-hat's just pretty standard. Doesn't need a mix because it's just a good hi-hat. And then I'm pretty sure I didn't mix the clap either. No, I just boosted it, but I actually do need to mix it because it's pretty loud. So something you could do is notice and find noises that are like really nasty and just cut them. And then also you could oh you could cut some of the lows because it's a clap. You don't really need that. Just tighten it up a little bit. Add a little stereo sub, and then that really just cleaned up our mix in general because our clap isn't taking up so much space. No,
Oh, you bitch.
bro. Stop fucking stop 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 stop.
Hey, bad Nate,
Hey,
bad
hey,
Nate,
hey,
bad
Bro,
Nate.
I am
Tell him
recording.
not-
I am recording.
Tell him not to say
hey,
bad Nate.
hey.
Okay,
Bad Nate.
you guys could be here for the rest of the
Yeah.
recording. You guys could be here. Okay, so okay, back to what I was saying. Basically, when you're mixing your drums, you want to play them all at the same time, because if you don't, you won't really understand how loud your other sounds are. So if you man, this is awkward, bro. Okay, so now we have a feeling of how everything sounds. And then we add our melodies to make sure everything's balanced with those, because if our melodies aren't mixed well with our drums, it's not gonna sound like a beat. It's gonna sound like some drums on a really fucking pretty melody. Another very important thing to do is mixing your main melody with your 808. So your 808 should never be absorbing more low end than your melody, because your melody is needed to, it's the main part of the song. Even though it's louder, it's not being overwhelming. The 808's not overwhelming the track, and you could clearly like hear what's happening, hear that there's a melody there doing stuff. And you know, you can also take other key components. Yep, that's pretty much it for mixing drums. It's not really that difficult. It's just the understanding of how volume works, and if you understand how volume works, you could, you know, make it work in any way. But yeah.